Give them hell!
Good evening, ladies and gents. So I've been asked time and time again for a updated tier list in terms of the hero weapon classes. So here we are. This is my tier list for the weapon classes currently in Season Eternals for Conquerors Blade. Now, just like all my other lists, this list and every list that everybody else makes, all of these lists are subjective. You may not be in complete agreement with it. If you are not, let me know the reasons why. Let me know if I have done something really wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be fairly spot on with this. Do not, for the love of God, I have said this in every tier list video and people still do it, do not go right to the end, because you will not get the explanations of why stuff is getting put in certain places. And then when you go to comment, why is this certain thing in this certain place? All I am going to respond back to you is, go and watch the video, because I've literally told you, do not skip to the end. You need to know the reasons why things are going into certain places. This video is not going to be going on as long as the ones in the past. I'm going to fairly rapidly go through this. I'm going to give you the reasons why for each of the weapon classes as well. Like I said, anything that's totally kind of, ooh, that's totally not right, then let me know the reasons why down in the comments below. As always, hit the like button, share this video around, subscribe, all that lovely fan-doobie-tastic stuff, and let me know your thoughts overall of what we are just about to do. So, we have A, very good in most situations. Yeah, very good in pretty much all situations. B, good in most situations. C, only good in certain situations, so such things like territory war or just a siege battle, that kind of thing. D, a weapon class that needs buffs badly to actually bring it back into the kind of being usefulness. And the broken weapon class, we all know what's going to be going in this one, I'm sure already, but I have just put it in there because I do not want to be putting a certain weapon class into any of the other tiers. Right now it is broken, it needs fixing, it needs a nerf again. There is a reason why 12 out of 15 people in every single siege battle are playing this weapon. Is very annoying. Starting off with my most favouriteest weapon ever in the world is the Glaive. Now the Glaive, it pains me, it really truly pains me, but like still, the Glaive is only going to be a B at most. It is good in sieges, it is good in territory wars. You only want one or two of these, however, and you want them playing a kind of supportive role. I am still playing this as a glass cannon damage build, however, I also support my hero units, my other heroes, other people's units as well with the God of Battles. That is really how you want to be playing the Glaive at the minute. There is nothing too mad OP about it, but you can definitely tell the difference when you have a decent Glaive player in your game. Dual Blades, now this is going to be very dependent. Again, B, I'm going to stick it in at, because actually Dual Blades are still very good in both sieges and in territory wars. However, it is a little bit unforgiving. If you are new to the class, you are not going to have a very nice time. You need to spend time learning this class to get good at it. A very good dual blade, however, can turn the tide of battle, especially in territory wars. So really good class still to play. Longbow, I was confused about which one this was then. Longbow is going in C. Like, it's okay. It's had a few buffs recently. It's definitely kind of pulled it out of the D class tier. I still think, though, it's below average of most other weapon classes. Not the greatest, to be honest. Still not as good as it should be. Really does pain me to say it, that actually the range classes do suffer a bit in this game. One of the main reasons, and I hope the devs or someone is listening to this, but please, for the love of God, put an FOV slider in, a field of view slider, because if we actually could have a field of view slider and it didn't go so close zoomed in, I for one would be playing weapon range classes a lot more. That field of view that it zooms into makes me feel very ill and very sick. Please, if someone is listening from the developer side, please fix it and give us a field of view slider for the range classes. Longsword, I'm struggling between B and C here. B and C. I'm probably going to go more C, because even though Longsword is a very good class, it's a very good supporting class, other than kind of healing up your troops and everything, there's not much else to it, to be honest. Very useful in certain situations, mainly in territory war, where you want to actually be having a class healing and supporting your units a fair bit. However, the sieges, I actually aim for these guys because they're quite easy to take down. I don't think really, other than in kind of territory wars and certain battles, that actually like longswords are that great. I think they've definitely been better in the past. I think they need a little bit of a look at and a little bit of reworking. The maul, straight into broken. That's it. Like, I don't really have to say anything again. 12 people out of the 15 on a siege team are playing a maul. It shows you that weapon class is broken. Not only is the damage too much, the picking people up and throwing them for literally miles is still too much. There are a lot of things that need to be reworked and sorted out with this class again. It looked like the class was actually headed in the right direction, and then all of a sudden recently it seems to have taken a bit of a reverse turn and seems to be totally broken again, to the point that actually it is too OP, too many people are playing it, and it is just a real shame seeing so many people playing this class and not a variety of classes. Musket. Musket used to be A tier all day long. It is now C. I do not think Musket is in a very good place at all, which really does pain me. Muskets used to be very, very good. They are still good in the hands of a very, very good player, especially the grenade build and everything like that. It is a real shame. Actually, I want muskets to get better, just like the other range classes. I think they're all suffering a little bit at the minute. They have not had a lot of love or attention recently. It just pains me a little bit, to be honest. Muskets should have a really good spot and niche in this game. They don't at the minute. It is a real shame, because actually they could be quite useful as a class. Nodachi. Nodachi was absolutely slaying in the blue tier unit era. However, now it's going to have to go to D. Unfortunately, I want to put it into C. I just can't bring myself to it. It has to go into D. It suffers so badly in purple tier stage and above that actually the usage of the weapon drops off massively. Now, the reason why it works so well in the blue tier stage is because the units are a lot squishier. This class can actually take the lifesteal a lot easier from those units, but once you start getting into the buffier, tankier, kind of harder hitting units in the purple tier and above, it actually suffers greatly, and it really does need another look at. To be honest, it's a real shame, because I know there's a lot of you Nodachi players and lovers out there. Again, I don't think it's in a good place, and I'm not just saying this, I'm not just hating on it. I am saying it just needs looking at, it needs fixing, it needs properly adjusting. Much the same with the spear as well. Now, I've just realised I haven't actually got the pike, but I will just talk about the pike in a minute. Spear, no one ever plays spear. It is a real shame. Again, quite a niche in terms of its horse abilities. It's a real shame. This is one of the first weapons that I actually tried and played and enjoyed, but nowadays it is just not in a good place whatsoever. It's a real shame. Please, someone look at the spear, and please, someone bring it back up into line. Before I go into the poleaxe, I'm just going to talk about the pike. Pike, I would say, is actually probably in B right now. It is a very good damage dealing class. If you know how to play the pike, it can win out against most other classes very easily and very well. If you are looking between pike or spear, definitely go pike. Pike is definitely going to serve you a lot better. Take the time to learn the combos and the movement patterns with the pike though, because actually that is what sets you apart from the average players to the good players. You want to have a really good understanding and comprehension of the pike class. Poleaxe. Actually, I think it's going to go into A right now. I think, personally, it annoys me a lot when I fight against poleaxes, which is a good sign. However, it doesn't annoy me nearly as much as the maul, which shows that actually I do not think the poleaxes are broken in any certain way. I think it's in a very good state at the minute. It has, again, its own strengths. It does have its own weaknesses as well. I'm not, if I can catch a poleaxe by surprise, actually I do often win out against them, which is quite a good sign. However, poleaxes do have the CC abilities. They are quite useful, they are quite powerful, and you still see a lot of people playing the poleaxe, which is a very good sign that it is in a very good place. Chain Dart and Scimitar, I'm going to stick this into B, because being as a light armor, you don't want loads and loads of these in Territory War, which is kind of what I'm basing this on. However, you do want 2 or 3 of these in Territory Wars overall, because they are such big, heavy hitting, powerful damage dealers. Much like the Dual Blades, once you learn how to actually play this class, they are very good and can turn the tide of battle very quickly and very well in terms of your favour. Chain Dart and Scimitar is, I think, had a good amount of nerfs to actually bring it in line with all the other weapon classes since it's been introduced into the game. I think it is at a very good stage now. I don't really see that the class needs any more kind of changes or balances. I think it's in a very good spot at the minute. So much that actually B, bear in mind, B is a very, very good tier still for all of these. It just means that they're not useful in literally everything. They are just very good in most stuff, which is obviously a very good place to be. Short bow, straight to C, much the same as the other range classes. Still need more looking at, more work, and more love. Short sword, now, I'm between A and B, however I'm probably going to be putting it into A because still it is a very loved and well sought after class. However, people are starting to realise now that a short sword against a short sword, you are literally going to be stood there all day fighting each other, much the same as longsword versus longsword. However, if I had the choice of in my territory or set up a short sword or a longsword, I would always choose short sword because I know they can go in, do that big belly flop move, make some openings for my other guys that can get in there and actually smash things to pieces, which is why I have put it into that A tier. I'm going to leave the video here. I've gone on for a little bit longer than I wanted to. That 10 minutes absolutely flew by, but thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope this has kind of brought you into where we are with the weapons classes and stuff at the minute. Again, this list is subjective. All lists like this will always be subjective. You may not agree with some of my picks, all of my picks, like whatever. End of the day, I am not hating on any classes here, do not get me wrong. There is no hate, there's no kind of personal attacks on you. If you really love Nodachi, fantastic, that's good. I want more people to love Nodachi. I'm just saying, Nodachi is a prime example, needs a little bit of looking at. Thank you very much for watching though, folks. Let me know your thoughts and suggestions down below. If you enjoyed this kind of weapon tier list, let me know that as well, and I will look at doing another similar one for the units of each of the different eras. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all that lovely fan dooby-tastic stuff, and I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.